So hey everybody, it's Erin Reed, and today we're going to go over some of the fun things I got in my classes at Creativation 2020, including, look what I got. I got my Ranger 90th apron. This is awesome. So I paid for and went to 3 classes where it taught and new products. One was Wendy Vecchi, and she was using Stampers Anonymous and Ranger products in her class. That's where I got this. The other 2 were Lawn Fawn, so I got to do 2 separate Lawn Fawn classes. It was actually a video clip about what it's like to be in the class. And the 4th class was with Beacon and Lindley, which is Craft Box Girls, and I actually got to help co-teach that class, but I got to bring a class kit home. So without further ado, let's jump in. Let's show you what all the amazing things I got in my classes.
All right, so I'm going to take you in order, the same order that I went to in my classes. And the very first class I signed up for was a Lawn Fawn class. And so in our kits, we got instructions, and I wrote down the instructions about what to do. And this is the new Magic Iris, which that video has already gone live. I kind of did this backwards. I'm so sorry, but I was doing this for my Wednesday card making class. So this Magic Iris is actually in my card making Wednesday that is already live. Link is down below if you want to learn how to make this card. So this was all about interactive cards. Another one we made has these beautiful swans, and it has this hello on here. This is the reveal wheel. And if you notice, I have all these card kits. This is the reveal wheel. This is the hello card, and all the pieces are in here. I'm just gonna open up the hello card so you guys can see what I mean by they did everything for you, and I refrained very, very high. It was very difficult because I knew I wanted to come home and make these cards with you guys. So I'm just gonna pop this open real fast. So this is their hello card, and they gave us everything. Oh my gosh. They had everything laid out on the desks with us. That little piece is being stubborn. I'll just do it another time. So I did get a live video when I asked Jen and I asked Kelly from Lawn Fawn, can I take a video? They're like, yep, sure, go for it. And so I was like, score. So I went through, I looked at all the papers, look at the really beautiful new papers. This is the Hello Dandy papers, and there's 2 different colors on both sides. So you can tell this is made in a Lawn Fawn class because they put their sticker on the end, which is super appreciative. Not that I wouldn't know it's Lawn Fawn, but there you go. And so this is the new die. And so I sat there and I folded it with them and did the whole thing. And so this is the piece that goes inside the card. And so it just pops inside of here. And so when you open up your card, it goes, hello. And so we're gonna make this one together. And look, I wanna show you all of the things. They had everything already colored and cut out. They had all the pieces ready to go. Look at this. And then including all little brown bits that goes up here on the cattails. I can't remember the word, cattails. On the cattails, all the stitch letters. I mean, everything was out. So everything was already stamped and colored and beautiful. So it's just basically assembling the card, which I waited, and the picture's right here. So the only one that was a little bit difficult that I'd never done before was the Magic Iris. So when we got our baggies, we had everything on the inside. I pulled everything out, went over with them, kind of went through step by step, but I didn't assemble anything. They had glue, they had foam dots, of which I grabbed a couple of foam dots just to make my life easier. They had tape runners, they had everything, and then I put everything back inside the little baggies and brought it home to make with you guys. So those videos, one has already gone live, but the other videos are coming soon. So this is the Flippin' Awesome die, and they had everything die cut out for us. So this is all in here. So it's really, really easy. So you just flip it open, super simple. And then we'll make this one together as well. So the one thing they did give us, and this was part of our kit, is we got 1 stamp set that went with it. And this is actually part of the tulip set. There was a whole bunch of little bugs and stuff. So this was the same stamp set that we got. So this is the first class that I went to, which is all the interactive cards. And again, one is already on live, which is the Magic Iris, and the other ones are coming. All right, as you can tell, the second class I went to was also a Lawn Fawn class. Again, we got another stamp. This was a different stamp set. This one's called Really High Five, and so we got a balloon and lots of little cutesy animals holding on to the balloons. And so here are the cards that we made from that. So again, we're doing the Magic Iris. So we got this really cutie one up here, and she was telling us about this one. This is the Don't Worry, Be Hoppy, but she also used this concept, and we stamped in, I think it's right here. So the only thing I didn't do is I didn't stamp in the happy birthday, but we have happy birthday right here on the stamp set. So I'll be adding that in when we make this together, just, you know, because I already had it, and I mean, I could have gone up, but I didn't. Anyway, so they also had stamp sets all set up where you could go up and you could actually stamp it. which was pretty cool. So she said she mixed and matched some of these little critters from some of the other sets, which I just thought was absolutely adorable. So we'll be making that card together. It's a really cute one, superstars, I mean, this one's awesome in here. This one we did go through, and because I did not have a stamp set that matched, you can see I went through and I did already stamp that. So I went up and they had a Misty all set up with everything lined up perfectly. I went up and stamped that real fast, and it's got their cute little opener right here. Which one's that called? Lift the Flap Meadow. That's what this little guy is. So that's coming too. Then we have the bug deal. So we did get the same bugs, but the card is different. So here's one card that we did from the previous class with the bugs. Here's another one with the bugs. And then I actually have the bugs. You can see all the leaves, you can see all that. So but I didn't get the die set to go with it. So I just got the stamps, but you could fussy cut it, I guess. But then there's another one where it's got the little rock that's on here. And so that's another meadow backdrop, or lift the flap meadow. So it's another little lift the flap that I did not get. It's not part of this one. So they're kind of mixing and matching a couple sets together. Cutie little Lawn Fawn critter, which is right here. Look adorable. And they even passed out the little chocolate. I didn't get the chocolate because I knew I ate it. Shh, don't tell anybody. I did get the chocolate, but I ate it. So these are all the cards. So there's 5 cards that were with the second class. So again, we will be making all of these cutie cards together, and then I did get another stamp set from them. So those are the 2 Lawn Fawn cards classes, and again, all of those cards are coming real soon. All right, the third class I went to was a Ranger class with Wendy Vecchi, and I did decide to make the cards at the class because I asked her, hey, can I film? And she said, sure. And so what I did is I turned the camera, well, not for the first card. This was the first card we made, and I didn't get smart enough to realize that I could have my camera on my gimbal, turn my gimbal down, set it on the table, and it wouldn't move. By the time I got to the other 3 cards, you got to see her telling the instructions. So you got to hear her telling the instructions and me making the cards live on camera. So we had all the supplies. Now, let me just put out the supplies and show you what we got, because this is crazy. We got 4 colors of ink. Now, my ink colors, there was an A set and there was a B set. And so you and your partner work together, because my partner got 4 other different colors of ink. So she got sunflower, she got a different blue, she got a different green. So we kind of worked together, because I mean, obviously I did yellow on here, but I didn't get yellow. There's an orange, I didn't get orange. She calls them in different colors, but you get the idea. There's a lighter green, I didn't get that. So we had to mix and match our colors, but I have both the colors to make this flower. So it was kind of a mix and match between all the different colors that we got. So totally cool. It was awesome. My partner was amazing. Other things that we got, that was just the beginning. We got a ton of blending sponges, of which you can tell I used mine because she gave you enough that you did not have to mix and match your colors. The blending tool that we had, we did not get to keep because it was there for the next class, but we got to keep our sponges, which I thought was awesome. We also got the blending daubers. So these are little wooden sticks that have a blending brush on the end, and you can tell I've already used them. There's 2 sides to them, and let me tell you, you use the sponges for the big things and you use the little mini sticks for the small stuff. And oh my gosh, it was fantastic. So I really did love having these little mini guys, of which I keep dropping. So I will be using these because I think they're pretty awesome. We also got a stylus. We got a Wendy Vecchi stylus. There's a small end and a large end, and we used this in conjunction with her liquid pearls. So the color that we got, if you notice on my card, I've got some that have red dots, and I also have some that have green dots. So I got to keep the green, but my partner got the red. So again, we got to share the supplies, and I got to keep and take one home. So that was another thing we got. But wait, there's more. We also everybody got a whole package of her washi tape, which is awesome, of which we used a little bit on this card, which was the bottom one, but we got to keep all of the washi tape, which was fabulous. One person got the foam tape and one person got the glue, and my partner is the one who had the glue, and she said, you know what, do you want to keep it? I was like, well, thank you. That was awesome. So she let me keep the glue, even though we were actually having it separately. So I thought that was really sweet of her. We got 2 complete stamp and die sets. Now I will have to say, this set right here was not the set I originally got. I got one that was the happy birthday set. And I looked at my partner and she goes, I have so many flower sets. And we kind of looked at each other. I'm like, well, do you want to trade the birthday for the other flower? Because I love the flowers. She's like, done deal. So we traded one of our sets. And in each set, let me show you what you got. So you got the stamp set, which is pretty awesome. You got the stencil that goes with it. So here you can see, this is the stencil that goes with this particular. So, and she says you can use it as a mask. And so there's lots of odd things on here, but the whole purpose of them is because you're using them as masks. So here and we were using them in lots of different ways to mask it. So that's why there's lots of little bits that are all over the place. And they look kind of like they're out of order and like doesn't make sense. There's also, I don't know, there's other little bits. I just thought it was awesome that she was kind of thinking outside. You can use it as a stencil because there's awesome little stencil words on here, but you can also use them as masking. And then this was another stencil that I got, and look at the design on this one. It's really pretty. We used this on one of the cards right here off to the side. It's very pretty. And then we also got the dies that went with that. So she said the die, the stencil, and the stamp set for like $14 for the 3 sets, which I thought was fabulous. So that was one of the sets I got, and I somehow ended up with an extra stencil. We were supposed to give back, there was a stencil that had a little blue marking on it, and at the end of it I was like, is anybody missing their stencil? Nobody claimed a stencil. It didn't have the blue mark that said it was a class set, so I got to take an extra one home. It was awesome. And then this is the other set that I got. So here we get the stamp set, that's part of it. We get the dies that go with that. And then again, you also get, let me do this on the back side, you guys can see. So then you also get the stencil, and this one's got the dots on the side, and we use the dots down here, and you can line the dots up so you actually can move them. So we did a few dots, then I shifted it over and I blended and I did a few more dots. So it worked really, really well. And again, you get the flowers so that you can mask your flowers. So it's really cool. And you have all the different flowers that you can do, and you've got this really pretty swirly piece down here. So you can actually stamp that on the paper. This is stamped on the back. This part right here is stamped on the back. Then we just put the mask down, and then we inked in there, and then it didn't get everywhere on your card. So it was really, really helpful. So a lot of good tips came from her class, which I think is awesome. And I had enough supplies to bring home that I didn't worry about. For the Lawn Fawn class, I didn't have all the papers. I couldn't remake the cards at home, so I just said, you know what, I'll wait. I have the pictures. Her class, I have almost everything I need to recreate these cards back at home besides just the cardstock, because it was a black cardstock or white cardstock, and I just needed black ink and a stamp block, and I could pretty much do everything. But there's one more thing that she gave us. She gave us our own station. So this was a surprise. It was not sitting on our desk, and she was showing us how to use it. So we actually got to take this little guy home, and you know I'm gonna be using this thing. It is pretty sweet. So we were using this, I think that's everything that's in here. I already left off. So we have the ruler, and she says there is actually a new ruler that goes with this that is clear, so you can see through your project. She said that she really wanted to have really good magnets that went through here. She wanted magnets that you didn't have to put washi tape on, like you could really pick them up and they're good, they're not gonna scratch your mat. And so she really did think about how she wanted it. And this is the small one, perfect for card making, which I think is awesome. And it can be just cleaned with a damp cloth or mild detergent if you want to, so just some water. So we got that as well. So I thought that rocked. Not only did I get her instruction, but I also got all these supplies to come home and play with and to create with, which I think is just absolutely fantastic. And the last class we went to was actually one I helped teach with Lily, and it was with beacons. Let me pull the pieces out. So these are all the fun items that we got in the beacon class. The whole goal of this class was 3 fast and easy crafts that you could do with a wide range of kids or adults, any age for the most part, and you got to keep everything that was in your kit. So we got a full bottle of fabric tack, we got a full bottle of power tack, we got a full bottle of zip dry, and then we also, and this was the coolest part, at the end of the entire thing, everybody got to have a whole other bag of unopened products and also this exact same kit. So they got round 2 to take home with them, so that way, because a lot of people that were in the class had stores, so they made the project there, and then they could go home and they could redo it again with maybe somebody else in their store. So that way it kind of gave you a big deal. So the first one that we did, and I didn't get pictures, I'm so sorry, but the first one we did is we got this little tote bag, and we learned how to take and put fabric on the tote bag. I'm just gonna kind of rough it. So fabric on the tote bag, and then put a little bit of trim. It's combining, and it's like decorating up a tote bag. We did a mini version, so we got a really tiny mini version, but you could do this with so many different tote bags. You could take all different kinds of tote bags, line them with different kinds of fabric, felt, have fun, put some trim on it. You could even put like a word or something, and so think of all the fun things that you could do with your tote bags that you take with your grocery store. Climb them up, why not? So we just did a mini version in the class, which was super, super simple. And that was using the fabric tack. And of course, everybody got scissors. The next thing we got is we got a little bit of some leather. So this is like some faux leather that we got. And we learned how to turn this into a little mini, so let me see if I can show you. You put these two pieces together, right? And then you glue this piece right here. And then you glue all these together with the power tack, right? And then we folded this top piece over, and I'm doing a really rough job, so mine's not very good. Top piece over, we put a little bit of the Velcro right here, and these were already sticky, so you have to worry about that. And then if you wanted to put the little charm at the top, it was a little charm, and then you gave yourself like a little pouch. So again, super fast, super easy. You had to have a perfect square, and I think this is pretty perfect. Yeah, I just didn't do a very good job of lining everything up. So it's just taking a square. You do this with so many different kinds of material, but it's just a fast and easy, quick kind of like little pouch or purse or whatever you want to call it. That is kind of no muss, no fuss. So that was the second one. So it was pretty simple. Just a couple little tools, and again, the power tack. The last one, this is a great kids craft, is we took this. This is just a sheet of cardstock. You folded it in half, you cut it down the line, and you turned it into a mini flip book. So it was just a little picture book that you could use with the kids, decorating it with some of the ribbons, and she made hers all kind of Christmassy, so it was like Merry Christmas stuff. And so zip dry is really good for all different kinds of paper crafts. So it was a cute little flip book that we made at the end. So oh my goodness, this is so much. I mean, not only did I learn a ton of stuff, but I got to bring the products home and play with the things that I learned in my class, which I think is just absolutely valuable, and get to recreate the products or the projects. Sometimes I didn't actually make them, but I have the pictures to go with them, like the Lawn Fawn stuff. Sometimes at like the Ranger class with Wendy, I was able to bring home not only the finished cards, but products to make it again myself. And with Beacon, I didn't get 2 bags because I sat there and helped and teach the class. I only needed to take 1. They got to make it, and they got to bring a whole second bag home to remake it again at home. So I thought that was fabulous. Links to the classes that I took videos on are going to be down at the bottom, including Wendy's class and the Lawn Fawn class. And here's a little clip also about what it's like to be inside a Lawn Fawn class. So here we are in the Lawn Fawn class. This is the interactive card class, and everybody's having a blast. Just got finished being done, and we're just checking things out. So here's a few little videos, some snapshots, some still shots. Here's just a little bit more about what we did in the class.
Thank you guys so much for watching this amazing video. I hope you learned a little bit about what was Creativation. Again, to go to Creativation, you need to either be a designer, a maker, you have to be part of the association, a buyer, you have your online or brick and mortar store, or you're a manufacturer like Lawn Fawn, Beacon, and Ranger, or Stampers Anonymous. So therefore they're holding the classes there. So just take a look at my fun cards again. These are so awesome. Don't forget these 2 cards from Lawn Fawn. One already went live. A link is down below so you guys can see how to make one of these cards. The other one is going live tomorrow, which is Saturday. And so make sure you stay tuned so you guys can learn how to make this fun card, which is the interactive. Let me show you the interactive. Look at this thing. It is so cool. Look at this cool, cool, cool. Love it. Absolutely love it. That's so much fun. And this is the other one. Woohoo! Look at that. So if you want to learn how to make these Magic Iris cards from Lawn Fawn, this one is already live. You can check it out. It was a live video I did on Wednesday. And this guy is coming up tomorrow. Thanks so much for stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Bye, everybody.